Alright, welcome back guys, or welcome if this is your first time here. I'm Vision here with Witchblade Entertainment, bringing you guys another video. Today I'm going to be doing my Image Comics June 2019 Solicitations, so if Image Comics is something you're interested in, don't forget to subscribe down below and hit that bell icon, that way you don't miss any more comic content from me in the future. Now let's begin. First up, we got my honorable mentions for the month. Now, my honorable mentions for the month of June are Farm Lady, Golgar, I think it's called, Gunning for Hits, Hit Girl, Kick-Ass, Little Bird, Prodigy, Rumble, Section Zero, I'm not sure, I forget the name of this new one, The Leatherman, and Thumbs. Now, these are either books that haven't come out yet, like Golgar and Farm Lady and Section Zero. I really do like The Leatherman, but I'm kind of on the fence on whether I'm going to keep going with that one or not. I really do like a lot of these books. They're just not big enough for me to add them to my overall solicitations list. But let's get into the main books of this month. Next, we got Assassin Nation issue number 4. Now, the synopsis for this issue reads, all our surviving hitmen turned bodyguards have to do is storm the tower fortress of a rival crime syndicate, defeat their literal sword-wielding maniac teenagers and their leader. Wait, was that an army of sword-wielding maniacs? Yikes. Now, this is a book, I haven't read the issue number 1, but it looks interesting. I'm definitely going to check it out. This cover is a little goofy. The covers don't really do much for me, but the story looks interesting enough that I'm going to give it a chance and see where it goes. Next, we got Criminal issue number 5. Now, the synopsis for this issue reads, Dan Faraday, private detective and strip racer, comes to town looking for a dangerous woman. This issue begins the long and winding tale of the summer of '88, the story of the last days of Tag Lawless. Now, I really liked the first 2 issues. It was a pretty interesting story. I'm curious to see where they take it moving forward. I definitely think that they have another big hit on their hand, like Kill or Be Killed. If you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend it. Next, we got Evolution issue number 18. Now, the synopsis for this issue reads, it's the end of the world as we know it, and everyone feels terrified. With nowhere left to run from the apocalypse all around them, hard choices will have to be made. Blood will have to be shed, and a species might have to die. Now, this has been a really good book so far. I'm a bit behind because my shop doesn't always get this book, even though it's on my pull list, so that's an issue there. But overall, very much enjoyed. Again, the cover, okay. Next, we got Farmhand issue number 9. Now, the synopsis for this issue reads, many vultures gather to dine on the corpses of the Jenkins family farm. Now, this is going to be interesting. We already got the new arc started last week. I haven't gotten to reading the new issue yet, but I'm very excited to see where they take this book moving into the future. Next, we got Gideon Falls issue number 14. Now, the synopsis for this issue reads, Stations of the Cross Part 3. After a near-fatal encounter, Father Burke finds himself in the village, an eerie place where the people seem to worship Norton Sinclair and leave him with more questions than answers, at least until an old, and we mean really old, doctor shows up. Now, this is going to be a very interesting arc. It's kind of ambiguous as to what's going to happen in this issue. We know that Father Burke's going to end up in the village. Other than that, not much else. I'm very interested to see where they take this. Next, we got Infinite Dark issue number 7. Now, the synopsis for this issue reads, Dava shares her mind with a monstrous saboteur while the rest of the ship falls into chaos over an impossible choice. Who can you trust at the end of Oblivion? Now, the cover, it's okay. Not one that I really like. The past couple haven't really been covers I like, except for Farmhand. I actually really like that cover. But as for the synopsis, I'm interested to see where they take this into the new arc, and this is going to be the penultimate arc of the second arc. So I'm very interested to see what they set up. Next, we got Maneaters issue number 9. The synopsis for this issue reads, Mothers Are Magic, introducing our new artist Elise McCall, launches a new arc and featuring a special Tampon Women and Maxi Pad Girl team up. That's right, also unicorns and middle schoolers. Now, not much to go off for the synopsis there. pretty kind of vague as to what we're going to get here. Next, we got Middlewest, issue number 8. Now, the synopsis for this issue reads, Maggie's band of nomads try to pick themselves up after a break in the storm. Meanwhile, Abel and the fox discover the forest they've been wandering in has been watching. Now, this is very interesting. I'm curious to see where they take this. Scotty Young is a great writer. I'm disappointed in myself that I haven't checked out any of his previous work. I definitely recommend checking out him if you haven't checked him out already. Next, we got Oblivion Song, issue number 16. Now, the synopsis for this issue reads, something bad is happening in Oblivion. Every creature that resides there is on edge and out of control. But why and what happens if the chaos spills over to Earth? Something must be done. Now, I actually really like this cover. This is probably one of my new favorite covers for Oblivion Song. It's really cool looking with the lightning come from his hands and stuff like that. I think that's lightning. And then the purplish figure in front of him. It's very cool looking. Next, we got Outer Darkness, issue number 7. Now, the synopsis for this issue reads, Captain Riggs' past is revealed, and the Charon finds a haunted house in deep space. If only the crew could figure out how there's still someone living inside. Now, this is going to be a very interesting issue in my opinion, especially since we're going to learn Captain Riggs' kind of past. I'm excited to see what goes on there. Next, we got Outpost Zero, issue number 10. Now, the synopsis for this issue reads, deep in the outpost, Aaliyah and Sam make a new friend who knows a lot more than they do and finally get to ask the questions that have been building since Steven's death. Hopefully, their friendship can survive the answers. So I'm very interested to get to this issue. From what it sounds like, we're finally going to get the reveal of Steven's death, and I'm curious to see what was the cause of that. Next, we got Paper Girls, issue number 29. Now, the synopsis for this issue reads, Part 4, the final arc. It's the final showdown between the past, present, and future in this explosive penultimate issue of the series. Now, I'm so excited, but yet it's so bittersweet at the same time. I feel like I said it every time I get to Paper Girls in my few solicitations, but I am so bittersweet about this because I love the book, but I'm sad to see it go, but I think it's at the right time. Next, we got Port of Earth, issue number 11. Now, the synopsis for this issue reads, as our alien business partners urge the ESA to destroy Seattle in order to protect the planet from a deadly alien virus, covert agents scramble to uncover the truth about the outbreak's origins. Why does the Consortium want to recover these escaped aliens so badly, and what are they hiding? Now, this is going to be a very exciting issue since it's the penultimate issue of the second arc, the third arc, so it's going to be an interesting issue. I'm very curious to see what goes on here. Next, we got Redneck, issue number 21. Now, the synopsis for this issue reads, evil, like the actual guy named Evil, who used to be their ally, is coming for the Bowmans. If they hope to survive, JV is going to have to make the hardest choice he's ever made. Now, this is going to be a very interesting story arc. It hasn't started yet. I'm curious to see where they take it. I am interested to see what they do with Evil. I am kind of annoyed that they brought him in and kind of shoehorned him back into the story right now. I kind of wish they had kept him around as a background antagonist to show up in a few, like, 10 or 20 issues down the line. But I'm curious to see what they do with him right now. Next, we got Skyward, issue number 14. Now, the synopsis for this issue reads, Fix the World, Part 4, The Battle for Chicago. The bug-riding farmers have descended on the city, and it's all-out war. It's up to Willa and Edison to save their home, but if they're not enough, can the city itself rise to the challenge? Now, this is going to be an exciting new issue. This will be the penultimate issue of this arc. This is just an amazing story. If you're not reading Skyward, I highly recommend it. Next, we got Sinatra, issue number 1. Now, the synopsis for this issue reads, The Fall. Two cultures clash on a planet where each believe is their promised land. The Rands are the peace-loving people, but the Tyrants are a race of warlords who seek to colonize and control. The mysterious sleeping giants also call this place home, though no one knows if they're monsters or the gods of legend. And amidst all this, a young woman named Santra is willing to break all the rules to find her place in this world, and she's not about to let sleeping giants lie. Now, this is a really cool and interesting sounding book. I'm excited to see where they take this. I think this book has a lot of promise, and I think that they could do a lot of interesting stuff for this book. And I love the cover already. I just definitely think this is something you should check out. Last, we got Witchblade issue number 16. Now, the synopsis for this issue reads, Last Days, Part 4. Alex makes a deal with the last person she wants as an ally, Naomi, leader of the demon faction in New York. Haley's powers rage out of control as she attempts to further weaken the barriers of time and dimension. When Team Witchblade realizes that a sinister force is controlling Haley and has much bigger plans. Now, this is going to be a very exciting issue. I'm still a few issues behind on Witchblade. My shop doesn't do a good job of getting this book in, and I've had it on my pull list, so it's a pain in the neck, but I really like it. This is going to be a very cool and interesting arc. I'm trying to get caught up as soon as possible, but I'm just very excited to see what they have planned for this book moving forward. So yeah, guys, those are my Image Comics June 2019 solicitations. As always, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and share. And don't forget to subscribe down below and hit that bell icon. That way you don't miss any more future Image Comics or comic content from me in the future. This has been Vision here with Witchblade Entertainment, and I'll see you next time.